Well, James Gunn has been playing pretty coy on what this next movie he's been writing is exactly going to be. He referred to it as kind of a Superman sequel, but not a direct sequel. And earlier today, he kind of confirmed a little detail that to me might have actually revealed the whole thing. So let's break down what he said, what's going on, and why I think the next super film could be super big. Well, it's pretty clear to everybody the most current Superman movie is a massive success. As a matter of fact, Warner Bros. Discovery has been touting its recent success with a shareholder newsletter. However, there was one of those investor calls where David Zaslav revealed what James Gunn is working on next. Now, we've been wondering about this for a long time, and there's been a lot of things that have been at the top of the list. This includes a Superman sequel, aka Superman 2, maybe a World's Finest movie, but Gunn keeps on teasing it's definitely something else. Now, in that call, Zaslav revealed a bit more, and seemed to me to give a direct idea of what's going on. In that call, he said, and I quote, "James Gunn is already preparing to write the next installment in the Super Family." Now, what he means by super family, well, that's a big question, and I don't think this is literally going to be a super family movie. But it's worth noting that James Gunn has said Superman will be in his next movie, and it's not a Superman sequel. So, what could this be? Well, it's pretty obvious to me what he's talking about is a potential Superman and Supergirl team-up. And with Supergirl right around the corner, I think this could pique a lot of interest from fans. Now, there is a possibility this is a Legion of Superheroes movie, which has historically included both characters. But James Gunn has kind of said on more than one occasion he's not a big fan of time travel. So I kind of feel like that's a lower possibility than this potential team-up. Now, when we're talking about a team-up between two Kryptonians, well, that begs the question on who they would face off against. And I think he could probably look to their home planet of Krypton for that answer. James Gunn has made it clear multiple times that video from his parents was authentic. They were sending him there to rule. This for me means the Kryptonians are not some benevolent space race looking out for the universe. They're conquerors. And with them being conquerors, well, that should give us an idea of what's coming next. I think this leaves us with potential of two big Superman villains. And I think the second one is most likely, but let's dive into the first. I actually think one strong possibility here is that this second Super Family movie could actually see the Girl and Man of Steel face off with General Zod. Now, Zod has been used a bunch of times. He was part of Man of Steel, and he was even in the first two Christopher Donner movies, so he might feel like somewhat of an overused villain. But he is a classic Superman foe, and given how Kal-El's parents portrayed the Kryptonians, well, he falls right in line with how I believe they would behave if they knew about Earth. Now, whether he's the worst of the Kryptonians, that actually makes it even more interesting. And he might actually be trapped in the Phantom Zone, maybe accidentally released by either one of the Kryptonians on Earth. This also would give both characters pretty big opponents to face off against, considering the support characters that Zod comes with, and even a potential squadron of Kryptonians. But I think this is the less likely of the two. If I'm picking any villain from the Superman mythos to be facing off with this super family, it's super easy for me. That would be Brainiac. Brainiac is a character that apparently was talked about for this first Superman movie, but ties very closely into their Kryptonian heritage. With the rising concern about AI, well, a super powerful AI from the planet Krypton coming to claim the last two survivors pretty much writes itself. And we've seen Brainiac brought to life many times in various other Superman films and productions, including animated series and animated movies, but never in live action. And I think James Gunn really wants to bring us stuff we haven't seen before, and that definitely will put Brainiac at the top of the list. There's also the possibility of the bottled city of Kandor. This is Supergirl's home, and we're going to see in this next movie how messed up Supergirl is due to her childhood kind of being ripped apart. So using the bottled city of Kandor as part of a motivator for her character in this movie, well, that works out perfectly, and is definitely something I think everybody would love to see. Now, obviously, this is all speculation on my part. Gunn hasn't announced when this next movie would kick off production, so if Supergirl's set to be on the big screen next year, well, this would mean his movie movie probably wouldn't go into production until around the same time. In a recent response to this super family question, he actually said he's past preparing and well into writing. So this suggests to me by the end of the year he will definitely have a completed script and could be ready to move on the project. Now, obviously we're going to watch this one pretty closely. We're enjoying speculating about the possibilities, but the story seems to almost write itself, and I really do think right around the corner we could be seeing either a horde of Kryptonians in the sky or Brainiac's ship. If that happens, we're going to have to wait and see. Before we take off, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. We do daily Marvel and DC news, and we want to bring you all the news truthfully and transparently so you're really in the know.